Welcome to The Newsworthy, all the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Thanks so much for listening. Today we are talking about everything from President Trump's quarrel with the NFL and Germany's election, to which city just kicked out Uber, and what's being called the Netflix of movie theaters. Plus much, much more, all in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Monday, September 25th. You ready? Let's do this. President Trump and the NFL are not really getting along. The most recent controversy started Friday night when the president called on NFL coaches to fire any SOB who kneels during the national anthem. Quick reminder, Colin Kaepernick was the first football player to start kneeling during the national anthem last year. He was protesting racial injustice and police brutality. It was controversial then, too. Well, then, the president's comment at a rally Friday happened, and on Twitter this weekend, the back and forth got even more heated. Several teams put out statements saying they support their players' right to free speech. It went even further during Sunday Night Football. ESPN says the Pittsburgh Steelers, Seattle Seahawks, and Tennessee Titans stayed in the locker room for the national anthem. Other teams' players kneeled or locked arms. The president continued to tweet, though, and said kneeling shows disrespect for the country, and he called on fans to boycott the NFL. One more thing. There was also some back and forth between the president and the NBA. The NBA champs, the Golden State Warriors, will not be going to the White House, and it's usually tradition for the championship team to make that trip. But this year, star player Steph Curry wasn't sure he wanted to go, and that prompted President Trump to tweet that he takes back the invitation. So yeah, this weekend we saw a lot of sports and politics overlap. There's an update to President Trump's travel ban. USA Today reports it now includes people from North Korea, Venezuela, and the African country of Chad. The latest version also drops Sudan from the list. Reminder, President Trump had put in place a ban on people from 6 mostly Muslim countries from coming to the U.S., and that ban expired yesterday. So the president said, let's do that again, just a little differently. Oh, and this time, there's no specific deadline when it all ends. The restrictions are indefinite for now, although changes can be made. Iran tested a new ballistic missile that is apparently capable of reaching Israel and can carry multiple warheads. President Trump implied it's another reason to dislike the Iran nuclear deal, but others say breaking the deal could make Iran even more aggressive. Well, there are now some flights to and from Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria took its toll last week, but the island is still struggling. The Washington Post reports the governor there is now asking for more help from Washington and worries that Puerto Rico may be forgotten after the first round of aid comes. People who live there are U.S. citizens, and there is widespread devastation right now, and power outages that could last months. Over the weekend, thousands even had to evacuate because of a crack in a dam. That means water could burst through at any moment. But celebrities are now pitching in, like Jennifer Lopez. She donated $1 million. A major mystery about the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt may now be solved. The Daily Mail says there's new proof about how the pyramid was built. Archaeologists found proof showing Egyptians used wooden boats held together by ropes to transport thousands of tons of limestone. And they took it through a newly discovered old system of waterways. Before, researchers knew what material was used, but they didn't know how so much limestone was brought over. All right, would you pay $10 a month for unlimited access to movies in the theaters? Kind of like a Netflix, but in the theaters. Well, now you can. It's a thing. And it's called MoviePass. The New York Post says one of the guys behind the actual Netflix and Redbox got on board with the company and has since changed things up. MoviePass cut the price from $40 to $50 a month to just $9.95 a month. So for $10, you can go to as many movies as you want. The price change seemed to work. The company is growing like crazy. MoviePass does pay the full price of the movie for you, but they hope to make money when 1, not everyone uses it every month, and 2, they get other types of partnerships and deals in the future. So we'll see if MoviePass is able to keep growing and change how we go to the movies. By the way, the movie Kingsman, The Golden Circle, won the box office over the weekend. It's an R-rated spy comedy and a sequel to the original in 2014. Think James Bond, but more of a comedy. The AP reports it had a $39 million debut. Some mixed reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, though. All right, other things people may be talking about today. Did President Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor, who was also Ivanka Trump's husband, break the law? Well, here's what we know. A report in Politico says Jared Kushner used a private email account for White House business. But his lawyer says he complied with all the government rules by forwarding those emails to his official White House account. Why does this matter? Well, all government emails are considered public record and are supposed to be archived, so you're not supposed to use private email accounts for official biz. And remember, the Trump campaign harshly criticized Hillary Clinton before last year's election for using her private email account. There was even an FBI investigation. There's still a push to try and replace Obamacare, and now some people have said no thanks. And I'm talking about other Republican senators who say they won't vote for it. We're talking Senator Ted Cruz and Senator John McCain. So Reuters says just one more thumbs down from a key player in this, and this thing won't pass. For now, word is it could go up for a vote as soon as this week. So stay tuned. Germany just had an election, and Angela Merkel is set to rule for a fourth term as the country's chancellor, aka Germany's leader and head of the government. But The Guardian says she got about 33% of the vote, and that's the lowest result for her party since 1949. London is saying no thanks to Uber. The New York Times reports the city will not renew Uber's license. London officials feel Uber has a lack of corporate responsibility and there are potential safety and security concerns, but Uber plans to appeal. All right, what do you think of this? Walmart is testing a program to not just bring you fresh groceries at your doorstep, but to actually put them away for you in the refrigerator. Mashable says Walmart is teaming up with a startup to test a service where you use a temporary door code that lets workers into your house while you're not home so they can put away all your groceries. And they'll even put security cameras in your house so you can see it all happen. But for now, it's all just an experiment for a few customers in Silicon Valley. Walmart, though, has been running a bunch of tests like this as a way to try and compete with the newly matched Amazon and Whole Foods. It's officially fall now. Yep, we said goodbye to summer on Friday. And that means, well, everything pumpkin spice. And I mean everything. Various reports say there's now pumpkin spice pizza and pumpkin spice vodka. And of course, the oh-so-popular pumpkin spice latte is already back at Starbucks. Although, look out pumpkin spice, maple seems to be the next big thing. There's even a new latte in town called the Maple Pecan Latte. And that's it. You were all caught up from the weekend. As always, you can dig deeper into any of the stories I mentioned today by checking out today's show notes on thenewsworthy.com. You can also sign up for email updates there. Thanks so much for listening and subscribing. And I have to give a quick shout out to everyone who has left a review. The latest one I saw on Apple Podcasts said it's her favorite podcast for news and that it's a great way to cut through the noise and stay in the know. And that is exactly what I'm trying to do. So thank you for that. And with that, we'll chat again tomorrow. Have a great day.